All right. Round one coming up. We're trying something a little different. We're playing some Simic Infect. And why are we playing Simic Infect in a world full of scary stuff? Well, we're keeping this hand for one because we got some good turn one plays, but because Tifa is now out. So we get to try to do some Tifa shenanigans. But let's see. We're going to start out with an elf here and see how our opponent responds. We got a Rot Priest, we got an Ink Moth coming up, following it up. So I think this is a reasonable start. Okay. This. I'll play that. We have a might, we have a scale up. Like, I don't want to use those necessarily. We'll see what the Flooded Strand... Like, we don't know if there's a Boros Energy player or an Orzhov Blink player. Like, we don't have enough information yet. So let's just sort of do some chip damage. And then we can get a Hedge Maze after this. What are you playing? I wish Rot Priest also triggered off of abilities. Like things like that. But, oh, okay. Demir. Alright. Dark Slick Shores. Is this like Grixis Wizards, or is this just Demir Murktide? Alright, there's a frog. We don't care about that. Oh, we care, but we don't care. We're going to play an Ink Moth and a Blighted Agent to follow it up. Let's get a Hedge Maze here. Oh, that's pretty nice. All right. Let's see how you respond to this. All right. We're going to attack with both. Send a message. Cool. I'll eat that. I mean, one spell to eat the frog is pretty great. Then we could follow it up with a Spellskite. Alright, so Spellskite at least protects us against Fatal Push. They have to kill the Spellskite first. They can't target other stuff. And then every time they're targeting stuff, we, of course, get to redirect. I just could animate Ink Moth and scale it up next turn and just, like, send the team. Another frog? Wow, another frog. All right. Okay. Let's eat that. of course, give you another poison counter. Simic Infect feels so much better than any other version of Infect. They still have 1 mana, so they could try to push or do stuff like that, but it's like, 1, it will cost them a poison counter to do that, and 2, our Spellskite just absorbs it. So they'll be at 4 poison, 5, 6 poison this turn, potentially 7 poison this turn. Got a Spell Pierce for this. Dismember on the Rot Priest. No, you may not. Here's even more counters for you. Oh yeah, I have another Ink Moth, by the way. And then we shall attack with all these friends. All right. Jump in the way of the Ink Moth. Take 2 more. Puts you to 8. Yep. Make him fly. I mean, what? You dump 4 cards into it. You still trade? Yeah. Go to blockers. And then we just send the team next turn. Okay. Block there. Die to everything else. That's fine. You do know this is 6 Infect, right? Okay. All right. So let's bring in Test of Talents. Let's bring in our Veil of Summer against them. I don't think we need our Blossoming Defense. We're going to shave on Mutagenic Growth and a Distortion Strike here. We'll see how that works. All right, we have to go second. Ooh, 1 lander. Start with a Noble, follow it up with a Rot Priest here. It's risky, but I don't dislike this. Like, it's one of the few decks that you're allowed to keep 1 landers when you have stuff like this, because, I don't know. Yeah, they're going to Fatal Push our Noble here. Yeah. Or Spell Snare it. What is it? It's not Spell Snare. The other one. No, Spell Snare, right? Consider. Yes, consider it up. Consider your options. You're fighting against Infect. We don't have any protection spells at this point, so we just sort of dump our Rot Priest and our Elf next turn and see whether they get a Frog or not. Okay, so they got a counter spell. Oh. Alright, so starting off, here's a Rot Priest. Will you counter that one? No. Alright, here is an Elf. Okay. We're fine with that. Next turn we can play our Tifa if things get crazy and we lose a bunch of our creatures, which is bound to happen. Also, like, Tifa is surprisingly good because so many people are like, oh, my life total doesn't matter. I'm playing against Infect. Oh, rude. Shoot the sheriff. Okay, fine. You have shot the sheriff. Turns out the rot priest is a sheriff. But yeah, so many people are like willy-nilly with their life totals, fetching and shocking and doing all this stuff that they're like, none of this matters. And then you're like, well, here's a, 10-10 trampler coming at you, trying to get you. Okay. Frog. Yes, you have a frog. Let's see how they respond. Okay. Begin the combats. Four cards in hand. They got a fatal push or something. Block. Okay. Go to damage. We're going to try to discard some stuff. Alright, so he's a 2-3. Let's try to do this. Again, if they're using fatal pushes and doing things like that, we're okay. They're not, so we could do that. And now we follow it up with surprise. We have a Tifa. They have 3 cards left. We have 2 cards. Oh no. They've got the spell snare now. Yeah. Alright, alright. Fine. Fine. Gotta be a bully about it. Got any more creatures though? Guess so. What do you... Another frog? Are you playing Oculus? Murktide? Now that's a big boy. 7/7, huh? You don't say. Okay. Alright, so we tap our creatures over our lands because it's easier for our opponents to interact with our creatures than it is our land. So just to help us out, we're not going to attack. We'll be able to take 7 and try to hopefully draw into a protective spell, but we'll see. If we get a protective spell, we kill them with Bladed Agent. Yeah, we'll take 7, go to 11. A frog, okay. That's not a protection spell. Alright. They have 2 cards in hand. Let's try it. Like, if they've got it, they got it. If we've got it, we got it. That's kind of the fun of this deck. There's an Exalted trigger. That doesn't really help us, but whatever. You got a way to stop him? Okay. All right. That'll do it. There we go. Jameer Murktide. Good first round. I don't know. We didn't get to do the Tifa thing, but we got to do the Infect thing. So let's see how the rest of the tournament goes. All right, round 2. And we are on the draw. Okay. Not bad. We have double Rot Priest. Rot Priest is the weakest creature. I mean, it helps out with like triggered abilities and stuff like that, but with having double Rot Priest, having a Pendlehaven, having a, like, we have a green source, we've got an Infector with Ink Moth Nexus, like, this is fine. Is it Prowess, maybe? Or is it Wizards? Who knows? Alright, let's start out with this and see what they do. I'd like to keep the Misty if possible. Oh, Grixis. Oh, Psychic Frog. Okay. Alright. So, here's what we're going to do. Misty, second Rot Priest. Go to combat, see what they do. Alright. Not blocking? Not blocking. Alright, perfect. We'll just chip away at him. Like, next turn, we have an Ink Moth. We could Green Sun next turn if we wanted to, but... Alright. Let's block here. See how they respond to that. I mean, if they start pitching cards, like, we'll just try to groundswell here. I mean, regardless, we've absorbed the hit, so we're not taking damage, and they're not drawing a card. Gotta fetch up a breeding pool, though, here. Four cards in hand. So, deck could be running Flame of Anor, Lightning Bolt, Fatal Push, right? Those are the three big ones that we're worried about. Okay, discarding a card to put a counter on the frog. That's fine. All right, let's see how you deal with this. Breeding pool, pay 2 life. I mean, regardless, they're going to get 2 poison counters from this response, so we feel pretty good about that. Bing, 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 and +4/+4. I mean, if if they're committing more, like if they have a removal spell, it's even more poison counters. So. Flame, huh? Counterspell. That's fine. You'll get 2 more, go to 3. Alright, Ink Moth here. And then we're gonna Green Sun for 2. And we're going to go get a Tifa here. Yeah, let's get a Tifa. All right, they'll have 3 cards, essentially 4 cards next turn. I still think we attack with our Rot Priest here. All right, we've got a Misty, and we're basically just going to go wide. All right, 2-3 coming in. Yeah, let's see what you draw. Four plus 4 is 5, doubles to 10. Fetch land kills them if they don't answer this, and then we have a scale up for the Ink Moth. Yeah, we're gonna try to Flame of an Orb kind of really hurt. We'll see. We'll see, because that Flame of an Orb could deal the 5 damage and destroy an artifact. Okay. So we assume there is maybe a Snapcaster or something here. Let's do this. See how they respond to this. Counterspell, that's rude. Alright. Double the power. Alright. Ink Moth. So 1, 2, 3. That's 8. Swing in 6. Bowmaster, huh? Okay. Yeah, I wish like our Ink Moth had the ability to deal with triggered abilities, or like, I don't know. Even if it was just from your opponent's stuff. Like, okay. Do we get a Hedge Maze here? I think so. Put into the graveyard. All right, we're gonna see what they do. They have 1 card. Yeah, frogs coming at us. Tifa. Let's just throw this in the way. Okay, they don't get to draw a card. That helps us. 2 more spells. Dang it, that's only 7. So, nada. Not a good spot to be in here. Flame of Anor now? Yeah, there's the Flame of Anor. Draw 2 cards. That's fine. Yeah, the game is basically over here. we really would need another Rot Priest to live, and we've already used one. So, yeah. Fatal Push on this. Let's just give you an extra poison counter too. 7/7. Sadly, we don't have the vines to protect it, but that's okay. Yes, we have no blocks, no response. We'll probably just scoop it up, depending on what our next draw is. Not that like anything that they draw, well, anything we draw will help us here based on it being a removal heavy deck. Yeah, nothing we can do. Concede, go to game 2. Let's get sideboard going. All right. Test of Talons, love this card. We're bringing this in. Bringing these in. Seems good. We'll do this. Okay. We're going to shave on our Glistener Elves here. Like, there's too much stuff on the ground. Like, yeah, we can't get away with the Glistener Elves. Let's see. Need to keep all of our vines. We can shave one. We'll save one might and one mutagenic here. And try that. Alright, we gotta go first. Okay. We can keep this. Blade Agent's really good if we can get it to stick. We've got to be able to have it survive, though. Oh, and they're mulliganing to 5? Yes, please. That gives us a much better chance. We might Green Sun for 1 next turn. Let's see how that goes. Because I don't want to deploy... Well... I don't know. Let's try it. See how they react to it. Nada. Okay. Rot Priest. And then next turn we have a Breeding Pool with Blossoming Defense to protect our Blighted Agent. Okay. That's pretty good card. Pyroclasm. Both of these for blue. Here's this. Now if they try to Pyroclasm or something again, let's try and protect him here. Bowmasters, that's rude. We don't have the mutagenic, so that sucks for us. But we have a follow-up Blighted Agent, and hopefully that one will stick. They'll have 2 cards left. Yeah, this is like one of our worst matchups besides Yawgmoth, that it's just like, here is removal.deck. And we're just like, well, I play 1-drops with that, or I play creatures with 1 toughness. Alright, deal the damage to me. That's fine. Ink Moth. That's nice. Okay, 4, 5, 6 damage to them this turn is pretty good. Attempt to deal 6 damage to them. We could just deal 5 to them. That way we have the Pendelhaven in case they have a response. Alright. Here's 5 damage. Yep, you got another push. Okay, well, you've got 2 cards. The likelihood that you have another removal is pretty high, so yeah, counterspell. Yep. You done did the thing. You ran all the removal out. We probably should have played Tifa there, but whatever. We could play Tifa next turn. Frog. Yep. Frog flies. Annoying, but whatever. All of these for blue. We'll play this. And we'll play this. We'll go Hellbent. Screw it. One of these is going to kill you. We've seen 2... Yeah, makes sense. All right, we're done. GG, go next. Not even going to waste our time with it. We knew they were running Pyroclasm, so we shouldn't have played Tifa, so we're making dumb mistakes, but that's the way it is when you have to play against decks that are designed to beat off-meta decks. Oh well, GG, go next. All right, let's get to do the thing. Sure. Little risky, but we could make this work. We're going to do a mulligan into 6. Okay. We're going to turn 1 Glistener Elf here. See what we can make happen with that. It's a little greedy, 1 lander, but you know, we could do... I'd rather jam out the Glistener Elf than the Noble on turn 1, but... I'm sorry, what? You may reveal this card from your opening hand. If you do, each opponent casts their first spell each game, counters that spell unless they pay 1. Why? Why? Why we gotta do that? Ugh. Alright, well. Better lucky than good. They got us with the counter our turn 1 play. Let's hope we top deck a land, or it's going to be a real quick game. All right. Dealt with that at least, but we are not in the best position here. Gemstone Mine. Do you got your Neoform? Is it time? Are we dead? I don't know. Shall we just jam it? Screw it. Let's see if we can just get there, huh? I don't know. I should have done the Distortion Strike here instead, but screw it. We're just going to see if they have it. Okay, if they don't, we'll take it. I don't know what... maybe we're playing against Neoform. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're playing against. Some Reanimator stuff? I don't know. Bring in tests and we'll see what we're fighting against. What do we take out here? I don't like... We're going to shave on a Tifa and a mutagenic here. And see how that works. Yeah, I mean, I know that a lot of the pump spells fluctuate and how much protection that you run. This is kind of like the all-in version, because of like what you just saw there, where were we able to just like groundswell, might go turn sideways. Do we have the turn 3 win? Yes, cool. We'll take it. I mean, it's a combo deck, so we're just combo with that one elf or something like that, and like 2 spells. Okay, let's see what happens for game 2. Hopefully, no chancellors keeping us in check. Slower hand, but still doable. So we still don't know what we're fighting against. And they're mulliganing to 6. Yeah, I think we start out with a Misty fetch a surveil land here. And we'll see what they end up doing. All right. Are they picking their cards? Ugh. Yep, they had another one. Okay. Is this just some reanimator thing? I just don't know. I'm assuming 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm assuming it's some sort of neoform BS. All right. So we cannot play an elf on turn 1, but that is okay. Well, okay. We could just die here on their turn, so... Meticulous Archive. Pact of Negation. Yikes. Yep, looks like we're playing against Neoform. So we are very likely dead here. Unless they're doing a setup turn and wishing. Yeah, Glittering Wish. Which we could still die. They got 4 cards in hand. If they're wishing for, you know, Allosaurus Rider here. Oh, wishing for a tutor. Okay. So next turn we die. Got it. We don't need that. Here's an elf. Pay the counter spell. And hope for the best. I mean, if nothing else, what do we do? 6, 7, 8, 9. We do 9 to them next turn. Yeah, that's close. All right, 5 cards in hand. We know 2 of them. They need 2 green spells to pitch for Allosaurus Rider. They also need a Neoform or an Eldritch Evolution or Birthing Ritual, something else here. So it looks like, yeah, Aldamri's Call. So that means they have at least 2 green stuff in hand. Okay. You're giving me the chance to kill you. Well, that doesn't kill you. So you're lucky. That means you have to kill me. We're going to save the mutagenic right now. All right. So we've already seen them use Eldamri's Call. Yeah, this 5/6 flyer is scary, but with Distortion Strike, we're okay. Like, as long as we survive through this next turn, we win. So 6 cards. They have to pitch 2 green to play Allosaurus Rider, and they still need to have their Neoform. Alright, what are they pitching? Oh, an Atraxa and another Allosaurus Rider? Okay, you have an Allosaurus Rider. There's your Eldritch Evolution. That's fine. Well, it's not fine, but, you know. Yep. And then you'll put out... Do you have... Okay, so one of them is going to be this Chancellor. Oh, no, we're dead. They had it. Alright, so they're tutoring up Xenagos. They win. Xenagos will give this Trample and Haste. Yes, begin combat. Yeah, so it is Neoform. Okay. We are lay dead. You were close. Essentially, we had them at 9 poison. So they were dead next turn. Now that we know, I guess we bring in our Consign to Memories as well. And we can counter that Galta stuff. Do we... I don't want to over-sideboard, though. I think we just have to race them. I think we race them here. This... Take this out. I still would like some consigns just in case. I don't think it's going to be... I don't think it's going to matter, though. I think we just race. I think we race them. Let's just race. We got to go first. Give me an elf. Okay, yes. It's not as good as I want, but we have an elf here. Let's see if they have their stupid Chancellor thing. No Chancellor makes this so much easier. This is not a turn 3 win, though. And he's got 2 of them? What the hell? Here. That's fine. No. No. We'll just get it out of the way because we have another elf to follow it up. It's not good, but you basically just say, I can't afford to pay 3 mana for a spell. Yes, go ahead. All right, let's hope for the best. We could still die this turn. Like, they could have the Neoform. They could have the Summoner's Pack. They could have all the stuff that they need. Okay, tap land's good for us. Okay. All right, math. this. Okay. +4 on this. Yeah, we need another green source here to kill them, but put them to 7 again. Yeah, if we had another green source, we win. Oh, gosh. Don't die. Don't die. 3 mana. It's enough for Eldritch Evolution. Allosaurus Rider. There's your Eldritch Evolution. Now, if he has Xenagos, it's a target, isn't it? Summoner's Pact, that's fine. Yes, it is a target, so we live. Watch this. Wait a minute. Oh, no, because of these things. Oh, we needed to do that earlier before they came out. Oh. Hey, we are dumb and lose when we shouldn't have. But that would have worked. That would have worked. Damn it, we should have won that one. Ah, I hate when we make these kind of mistakes where we should win and we throw it. No! All right. Coming off our throw, we're hoping to get there. Actually, this is pretty solid of a keepable. We go second, so we get to draw a card. We get to see what they play. Boros Energy? Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. Let's try and play this Glistener Elf and see how they respond to this. Yeah, okay, they got the bolt. Which we wanted to make sure that our elf lived, so, you know. No, it's just burn. Ugh. Gosh. Alright, are you casting the Rot Priest? Because that sucks if you do. Let me have a land here. That's nice. Alright. Yeah, we'll take 3. Go to 10. Spellskite's very likely gonna die. Okay. We got 2 cards left. Okay. We go to 2. Blighted Agent. That doesn't help us here. Okay. We are dead. Venerated Rot Priest. Riftbolt suspended. Yeah, we don't have any counter spells main. We got Test of Talents and stuff. Block this, block this. None of this matters. Concede. Burn is not a top tier meta deck, but of course we have to play against it when we're playing a deck that just gets hosed by it. We're just getting the worst matchups today. Losing games we should not be losing. All right, Distortion Strike. We don't really need... I mean, yeah, we could, but we can shave on our Distortion Strikes. We're going to save on Mutagenics. And... yeah, I think that's... we'll shave one Tifa. All right. Might be just a quick league for you guys to watch me get bullied this week, but that's okay. The deck does have that potential. It's got stuff here. Part of the problem is Wizards need to stop being cowards and print actual Infect cards again. Like, Rot Priest is cool and helpful, but not, like, I don't know. Every other archetype gets fun, powerful stuff. We don't. A bunch of rude people. All right. Sure, we'll lose some life. This is going to just get hit and absorb a bolt here, which is fine. But not really. What the heck? What is this? Whenever Cecil deals damage, you lose that much life. Then if your life total is less than or equal to half your starting life total, flip it. Can I see what it... protection... Protect. Whenever Cecil attacks, other tank creatures gain indestructible until the end of turn. That's pretty good. Okay. Oh, let's play Tifa here. We're going to hopefully be able to deal a lot of damage next turn with her, but we didn't get a protection spell, so we're after relying on the groundswell here to give her that extra 2, but just trying to flip this as much as possible, looks like. Which works out well for our Tifa plan. We just need a land next turn. If we get a land next turn, we kill them. Yeah, we'll take that. That's fine. Give me a land. That's not a land. Okay. Spellskite. Alright, we've at least have the groundswell protection here and life redirection with Spellskite. Give us a land. Give us a land. Rude. Go ahead. Attack. They're going to attack with that one. That's fine. Can't attack with the prowess. So we'll take 2. They'll take 2. And then if we top deck a land, we win. That's still not a land. All right. So let's see. 6. I don't know. Force them to block. Here you go. Here's 10 damage. You go to 1. You're lucky I didn't get a land. Alright, so protection, indestructible, that's fine, and lifelink, so you gain 4. Okay. It's not a land, but that's okay. That's a protection spell. Alright, 6, 7. They absorb it. That's fine. Attack. Exalted trigger. Alright, let's see what you do. Nothing, huh? Okay, cool. Alright. Interesting choices here. I guess we're on the Tifa plan. Tifa shave on an elf. Yeah, I don't know. We won with the Tifa, so let's go more with Tifa. All right, we don't get to go first though, so not good against a burn matchup. 2 Tifas and a Rot Priest. It's not bad. Keep this. Try to play a Rot Priest on turn 1. Let's see what they do. Swift Spear, okay. It's a pretty good turn. Okay. We're going to play a little slower. We're going to turn 2 Rot Priest with Veil of Summer backup. Alright, Rift Bolt. Yeah, okay. Oh, wait. That Veil of Summer doesn't help us. It's only against blue and black. Dummy, 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 dummy. All right. All right, we have a Tifa to follow up. See where they direct this Rift Bolt. I'd rather keep our might, but let's see. Actually, this might be worth it. Let's do it. Let's see how much they're going to commit. Because we could just go for the Blighted Agent play next turn instead. Yeah, so look at, I mean, we got 3 spells, or 3 poison counters. We pulled 2 spells away from our life total to do that. They're left with 3 cards in hand. We're still going to take 3 damage this turn, but it's much better than the potential of, 6 or 9 damage this turn. Okay, well, there's the 6 damage we'll take this turn. All right, 2 cards left in hand. Yeah, dang it. We shouldn't have brought in Veil of Summer. I'm so used to, hexproof stuff, and then I'm like, yeah, this is great. No! Screw you, Veil of Summer. Alright, basic forest here. Let's try this. Sadly, Pendlehaven doesn't really help us, but it kind of, sort of does. Maybe we'll get lucky and they'll play that, creature, that black creature, so we can utilize Veil of Summer and draw a card at least. Lightning bolt at this. Yeah. All right, they're left with one card in hand. Now we follow it up with Tifa. Well, or Blighted Agent again. Keep drawing removal. Yeah, let's do that. All right. Lava Spike, okay. We're down to 5. Yeah, I will be blocking. Again, if you have another removal spell, that just makes my life total more secure. That's fine. We absorb a hit. An elf. All right. Do this. And this. Ugh, 2 dead cards because we're playing dumb. Swift Spear. Okay, let's block this one, block this one. We have to block. Nada, this does nothing. Okay. Pass the turn. I mean, we are basically dead here. Oh, they have a Rakdos Charm in their deck? Pithing Needle. You name in Pendelhaven here? Okay. Alright, we eat one of the Swift Spears, take 1, go to 4. Are you going to name Inkmoth Nexus? What are you naming? Pendelhaven, probably? Okay, yeah, name an Inkmoth. Alright, so we get to kill off one of them. Eat that. Well, here's an Inkmoth. We're going to save that in case we don't get another land drop. Goblin Guide. Ouch. They don't attack. Okay, that's nice for us. Okay, 4 doubles is not enough to kill, but it's enough to block this. Yeah, we kind of have to pass here. Spectacle, yeah. So we die. Okay. Rude dude alert. We tried. It brought in 2 dead cards that did nothing. Scale up. Oh, scale up had them dead next turn. Dang. So, lost 2 rounds to being dumb that we should not have lost. Should not have lost those 2 rounds. We brought in dead cards that time. We did not interact with the stack correctly in the last round, so just playing dumb all around. Dang it. But we're going to play this list more. We're going to try to practice it a little bit more for you guys to enjoy, because I do think there is something here with it. All right. Final round. Let's do it to it. We got to go first. No, we got to go second. Just kidding. Okay. Tameo. That's pretty good turn 1. We're gonna start it off with a Rot Priest. Breeding Pool. Pay the life. Thoughtseize. Rude. What do they get from us here? Noble Hierarch, maybe? That's not the right play. Greensun Zenith's kind of scary. They could strip our creature, though. Like, Listener Elf is always a solid one, depending on how much removal they have. Scale Up can be scary. So, I don't know. I could go for the Noble because we're short on a land, but I think it's going to be one of these 3 that they take. One of these 3. They're going to be real surprised, though, when we Tifa them. Yeah, Noble. Okay. They do take the Noble. Oh, doesn't. All right, so now they're going to take one of these. Elf goes this time. Rude dude alert. Yeah. All right. Fine. Fine. You jerk. Do they attack? I mean, they probably want the clues, but they don't want to. All right. Well. Top decked an elf. What are you going to do about that? Just fatal push it? Yeah, probably. I wonder if they're on Death Shadow. All right, let's just attack with both. See what you do about it. Block there, huh? That's fine. We're not going to worry about pumping because of the potential dangers of Bowmaster. You guys start making clues? No, still going to keep blocking, it looks like. What the heck, deck? So they know about these 4. They don't know about these 2. All right, keep attacking. Yeah, losing their life, though. I'm wondering if they are in Death Shadow, though. Maybe not, though. We need some lands. I think we're running 20 in the list. I think they are on Death Shadow. All right, we need Tifa. Well, we need some lands. Let's get some lands going here, huh? Alright, so they're digging. They probably have a Death Shadow at this point, though, that they're going to try to play. Pop the clue. Tameo. Oh, that's really bad for us. Our creatures do nada now. Okay, breeding pool. Pay 2 life. They just so happen to have 2 mana up for a counter spell. So let's see. Will you use your counter spell on this? Will you counterspell this? Oh, interesting. They're going to push our Glistener Elf. Okay. Damage dealt by this creature gets poison counter. Alright. There's no point in attacking here. We can Green Sun for 1 next turn, but I would rather save it to try to get Tifa. Another Fatal Push. Yes, another Fatal Push. Fatal pushing our Spellskite. Rude Dude Alert. And they're going to bring it back. They're going to kill our Rot Priest. All right, well, we've got them to 5. All right, so they're going to strip away, what, our Blighted Agent here? Or a Green Sun. Probably Blighted Agent, I guess, at this point, yeah. We have all the pump spells in the world. Let's just go and try to Green Sun for 1. Can we have this? Of course you had that. Why would you not have that? Yes, I will not be able to counter that. All right. Well, we are again dead. Not getting another land really hurt us. Yep, that's fine. We're not worried about your Death Shadow. Yes, that's cute. You have a Tameo. Alright, they got 1 card left. Probably a counterspell. No blocks. Take 6, go to 9. Unless they fetch shock, and we lose more, but no. Yep, draw a card. Alright, I think we have a good chance of winning this matchup depending on how lucky we get in game 2 and 3. Alright. I don't know. You got a counterspell? No counterspell. Interesting. But you just get Fatal Pushback, so it does not matter because we don't have a protection spell in hand. Yes, we know you're doing that. Here you go. I'm not even gonna worry about it. There's all my stuff. Okay. Definitely test of talents against them. Now is the time to bring in Veil of Summer against this player. Not doing it before, like a fool. Oh, gosh. Making dumb mistakes is never fun. Distortion Strike. We could probably shave against them. Mutagenic we're okay with. I like everything else, really, to be honest. So we're going to actually have to shave on a Groundswell, on a Might. I'm going to save on 2 Mights, because I would rather have our Groundswells to do stuff at instant speed. And the scale up. We're kind of going for the longer, grindier plan instead of the all-in plan. All right. No, we can't keep that. That's a keepable. That is a keepable. What do we put on the bottom? Assuming something is going to get eaten, we're going to put a Blighted Agent on the bottom here, which is crazy to think about, but Breeding Pool, pay the 2, play a Rot Priest. And depending on if they Thought Seize us or not. Because if they Thought Seize us, that sucks for our test of talent. They are going to Thought Seize us. But if they... I mean, we just play... Oh, they push. Okay. Rude. Alright. I would like to keep... Here's what we're going to do. We're going to surprise them. Tifa. I would have liked to have kept our test of talents available, but this kind of gives us that chance to do that this turn. They have another pay to push. Oh, they're going to Thought Seize us. All right. Test of talents is gone, sadly. They didn't take our test of talents, so they're going to take our Tifa away from us with another fatal push. They've used 2 of them. That sucks. Oh, another Goyf. Okay. All right. No other land here. That hurts, so we just sort of pass. With a land, though, we get to Groundswell. Oh, man, if we get a fetch land, we can kill them. All right. We'll take 3, which hurts, but it's not the worst. Frog. That's fine, but not fine. Okay. That's not a fetch land and not helpful. I gotta look at my land count after this. Actually, we can look at it right now. Let's look. Alright, ending the turn. Yep, we're not doing anything. Simic Tifa Infect. What are we at for land count? 20? Yeah, we're at 20. So, okay. Okay. Tameo, yeah, you may Tameo it up. Alright, give us that fetch land, please. So if they flip Tameo next turn, so we have to get a... Well, Forest is nice. All right, I'll put you to 5. All right, we killed their Nethergoyf. So they're not at 5. Deal a good chunk of damage to them. Alright, do some drawing of cards. So they are planning on flipping Tameo next turn. All right. It's like we have the option of like animating and blocking, but it's like there's no point. They're going to flip anyway. So we're basically trying to... We're hoping that they don't have a fatal push. Well, they can't fatal push us here. They're going to just make this smaller. Well, we hope they don't have a counter spell, really, is what it is. Okay, Death Shadow's a 5/5. All right, let's see. Blossoming Defense is nice. All right, Glistener Elf. Can't attack here. I don't know. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be a close one. We have a chance still, though. Pop your clue, draw a card. They've just gotten so many cards, though. Like, the likelihood that Tesla Talents actually resolves is very, very unlikely. Yeah, all right. Okay. I don't want to use this here, but I want to keep our Blossoming Defense if we can help it. They have so many cards in hand, so like we're way behind. Okay. Oh my gosh, they're just all fatal pushes. Okay, GG, you win. You done did it. You did the thing. No, like there's no, we can't win it, y'all. Oh, all right. Here's the deck. Let's look at it. Like the deck has a lot of potential. We're running 20 lands. How many are they? 8 fetch lands. I mean, maybe we go up to 9 and strip the Waterlogged Grove, but I don't know. Like, we only have 6 fetchable sources, so it's like I feel a little bit about doing that, but I do think there's something here. I think we just need to like get a couple lines down. We made a lot of mistakes that we shouldn't have been making. So we, you know, not the best league results for this one, but we are going to be playing some more of this and putting some more, because I think there is something here with the Tifa. I think there is. Like, we've gotten some wins with her. I do think it's like that kind of, we want to be able to kill somebody with Infect, but with the, like, until Wizards actually decides to support Infect players instead of being scared of us, then, you know, we are left not being a meta percentage. Really, Venerated Rot Priest should also count triggered abilities and like deal with, you know, things like the Bowmasters and stuff like that. But whatever. It's fine. We'll just sit here and play the old school Magic But yeah, this is our league. Not the best league for this one, but I do think there's something here. I know there is Sultai versions people are testing out because we get access to, like the pro white, pro red, stuff like that. But we really did have the worst luck today. We had basically all removal based decks, Dimir, Frog, or Dash Shadow, Grixis version of it. We played against really our matchup that we should have won was the Neo brand, Allosaurus Rider stuff, like Neoform. That's the card. We should have won that matchup. Burn, I don't know. If we had not brought in our Veil of Summers, and I'm sure people were watching it going, Veil of Summer doesn't do anything in this matchup. What are you doing? Yeah, I know. Veil of Summer is really good in other matchups, just not in this matchup. So made it really, really difficult. Maybe there's some adjustments to our sideboard that we should be doing. I mean, I don't know. It's hard when you're playing leagues and we know where our deck is weak to, but it is what it is. But that's it for this episode. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching, everyone, and I'll see you all next game.